Hi guys! So I wanted to change the direction of my YouTube channel, and instead of doing like beauty, fashion, clothes and all that stuff, my life has flipped like 360 since I made my YouTube channel. And now I am 4 months pregnant and still married, obviously. So this channel is now going to be based on my pregnancy, as well as maybe how it is to be in the life of a teen married girl. Because I'm 19, but I got married at 18, and I got pregnant, I think, a couple days before my 19th birthday. So yeah, that's the new direction of my channel, and I thought it would be better because, to be honest, I don't have money just to be throwing around to be buying fashion stuff anyway. So it would be better if I did a video based on my day-to-day life, things that I could actually update all the time, instead of just doing like one video a month. But I will probably have some fashion and beauty in this channel as well. It's not just going to be based on my life. But if you guys have any questions, I'm going to start doing updates on my pregnancy, which I'm going to do now. And then I'm going to tell you guys why I think my pregnancy is a little bit different. So here we go. Okay, so in around, I'm going to say March, early months of March, me and my husband came home. And it was no different. We just went out to eat, and for some reason, I just had this urge to take a pregnancy test. And but right before I took a shower, I went ahead and took a test, and it came out positive, and I was freaking out because we were trying to get pregnant for like the first 2 months of our marriage, and nothing happened. And I started getting scared because I have a past history of they thought I had arthritis, so I was giving myself insulin shots to myself. I was giving myself insulin shots. Anyways, I was giving myself shots, and I was nervous that the toxic stuff inside of them, because there was a possibility that if I kept using it over and over and over again, or even when I was pregnant, I would definitely miscarry. So I thought that something was messed up. I was taking medicines as well, on top of the shot. But I didn't get pregnant for the first 2 months of our marriage, maybe 3 months. And I was so depressed, but then I was able to calm down, take a breather, and I was like, well, this is the time that I could bond with my husband the most and everything. And then March rolls around and I'm pregnant. So we were excited. My husband was excited. He was doing cartwheels in our living room. He was going crazy. And then I'll say about 4 weeks into my pregnancy, I started bleeding. I think I found out I was pregnant at about 3 weeks pregnant. Yeah, so maybe it wasn't 4 weeks. Maybe about 2.5 weeks of knowing I was pregnant, I started bleeding, and it scared me a lot because obviously miscarriages are huge, and when you're on YouTube you get flooded with a whole bunch of women who said they had miscarriages their first try, or they've had them over and over and over again. So I was terrified, and I was crying, and I thought I lost the baby. And I kept bleeding for about a week, and then I called the hospital. I waited that long because it was very minor bleeding. I would bleed for a couple hours a day, and it was like spotting, so it's TMI, but this is real. So yeah, and then after that, I called the doctors. I believe it might have been a Friday or a Thursday. I called them, and she asked me if I got my blood taken, and I said no. And she said, okay, well, we'll have to get your blood taken, and we'll have to go get you an appointment. So a little bit after that, I got my first doctor's appointment, and he was checking me and everything like that, and he said my baby was still very small, so you couldn't tell that it was really a baby or what it was. So he said I was a little too early, but the heartbeat was not where it should have been, and I was in the stages of getting a miscarriage. And he said, so I have to take it easy, and I just have to expect a miscarriage to come along. So I was terrified, and my first time getting pregnant, and that happens. So what I did was I just stayed home. I quit my job because I couldn't do anything. I'd rather not have a job than risk my baby's life. So I just stayed home, and my husband was working for the both of us. And yeah, I just waited it out. And then I kept bleeding. And I went to the doctors to get my blood drawn. And the nurse called me back, and she said I have Rh negative blood type, which it's a lot to go into. But basically, my blood, if the baby's blood were to get into my system, my body would attack it. So I was so scared, so that day I had to go and get an insulin shot in my back to make sure that if any blood did come out, it'll kill it and my body won't recognize it for the next time I get pregnant, so that when my body doesn't see it as a threat, and it'll just kill it. So I did that, and that was a little more comforting because I knew why I was bleeding. My body was just, I don't know, it was just freaking out. So then a little bit after that, what happened? I went to go get a checkup, and the baby was still not doing that well. Heartbeat was not where it should be. He was like, this baby is holding on in there, but it's a low rate that I'm going to keep the baby, basically. It was a big possibility of us having a miscarriage, and me and my husband were obviously distraught. But we just kept the hope. He's the one who really kept the hope better than I was. I was so terrified, so scared. But he was just like, no, this is going to work out. Everything's going to work out. So I really thank him. He was a big help. And then I went for my 9-week checkup, and they did the little ultrasound, and everything was great. He was like, oh my gosh, your baby did like a 360. So everything was fine. The heartbeat was where it should be, and I believe that was my 9-week. Maybe it was, yeah, it was my 9-week. Yeah, I was 10 weeks pregnant, I think. Maybe I was 9. I'm confused. I think I was 9 weeks pregnant, and my mom was there, and he was just like, oh, your baby's heart is perfect, it's where I need it to be. And he was like, you're out of that danger zone. So, oh my gosh, I was so terrified but so excited, and I still kept it very easy. And then my 14-week appointment, he was so confident that he just did a heart test, and baby's heart was fine, and everything was fine. So now I am 4 months pregnant, so I'm 16 weeks and 6 days today. Tomorrow I'm 17 weeks. And yeah, everything's been fine. I've just been feeling a little nauseous. My nausea hasn't went away. I have like the sore breasts, and I'm having the round ligament pain. And other than that, I think I might have, well, that's TMI, never mind. But everything's going fine. Everything's great. So I just wanted to redo this whole channel in general. It's not going to be all based on fashion and beauty anymore, because I have a huge 360 turn. We've already bought some stuff for the baby, and next week is I'm 18 weeks, and then I'm going to find out it's like a normal checkup, but I'm hoping that I can find out the sex of the baby, so that way we could have a gender reveal that Saturday. So yeah, that's basically my update. That's what's been going on in my life, and I hope you guys enjoy the new direction of this channel, because it is something new, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of comments and stuff like that. Maybe not now, but like during my cycle of making this YouTube channel a little bit bigger. I'm like, you're married? Oh, yes, I am married. I did get married at 18. We were not, it's not because I was pregnant and we felt like we had to get married. We really, really wanted to get married, and my family was 100% supportive. So yeah, that's basically it, and I hope you guys enjoy this channel. Thank you, bye!